The year is 1889, and a large triumphal arch is being built at the bottom of a major thoroughfare to honor a president. That president being George Washington, of course. Now, you may think I'm talking about this arch behind me, the Washington Square Arch, but this wasn't the one built in '89. The first one actually looked like this, made from wood and plaster and meant to be temporary, honoring the 100th anniversary of George Washington's inauguration here in New York way back in 1789. The original arch proved quite popular, so popular in fact that after the festivities were done, people broke off pieces of it to take home as souvenirs, and along with the wet spring weather, the original arch fell apart. But soon an effort was underway to replace it with a permanent stone version. A public fundraising campaign was started and soon raised enough to build one. It was dedicated in 1895. The architect for both is the same, Stanford White, who would later have a hand in many other buildings in the city during this era, including the beautiful Moorish-style second version of Madison Square Garden and Judson Memorial Church, which you can see at the southern side of this park. This type of arch traces its history back to the ancient Romans. They were built to commemorate great military victories, the spoils of which would be paraded through the arch. As Rome transitioned into empire, emperors would be honored, or sometimes honor themselves, for their military achievements by building an arch. In the following centuries, many other European powers would build these type of arches to honor great victories. The Washington Square Arch was intended as a celebration of this country and of George Washington, not a specific battle or war. Nonetheless, the origin of these type of things is in war. And in the early decades of the Washington Square Arch, we certainly see military parades come through here. But Greenwich Village has also been the home of a bohemian and activist community for just as long. And this area around the Triumphal Arch has, ironically, become better known for anti-war rallies and other types of protests, as well as music and art. Raw militarism rarely makes an appearance these days. And one more irony, George Washington was encouraged by some of those around him to stay in office indefinitely, be a president for life. Although he's honored here with an arch inspired by the ones autocratic Roman emperors once gave themselves, Washington decided that setting a precedent was important and left the presidency when his second term was up. By the way, New York has two other large triumphal arches. If you know what they are, put it down there in the comments. And if you're interested in taking a tour of Greenwich Village with me, send me a DM or check out the profile for a link.